Right, I am Ryan Laycock. We're here at Barnburgh Lakes today, just doing a spot of markers and expander fishing. Barnborough's got to be one of my favourite winter venues. It's absolutely stuffed with F1s. You've got 3 lakes, a top, middle, bottom. Today we're on the bottom lake. I think we're on peg 10, I believe. And like I say, we're going to do a spot of markers and expander fishing. I've got the Aquastim ready expanders. And I'm looking forward to giving them a try, to be fair. I've never used them yet. They look good. I've put a few in some water just to see how they are, and like I say, I'm impressed with them. I'm looking forward to seeing how we get on. Hopefully we're going to get quite a lot of bites, to be fair. I've had some stockies stocked into this lake recently, so always worthy of a few bites when a lake's just been restocked. And like I say, I'm going to use the natural sweet flavour today, give them a go, put them to the test, and hopefully we'll get a few bites. Right, so we're out today with the Aquastim cameras, doing a bit of snake lake fishing for F1s, using the new ready expanders from Aquastim. Today I'm using the natural sweet version, and I've had absolutely cracking start, to be honest with you. I've started just how I would in a match, just on that far shelf, and this is about the 4th or 5th F1, all on the same flavour expander. We do various flavours. I've got Scopex, natural sweet and fruit fizz, but just with it being a bit of bad netting there, just with it being winter, I just want something a bit more natural. Just gone for the natural sweet version, and like I say, I've had a cracking start on them. Probably the smallest that I've had so far. Right, so I'll talk you through what I'm doing. Like I say, I've started just how I would in a match. The lake is probably 5.5 to 6 foot deep, like from like a top kit out to about 10-11 metres. And then you've got a far shelf that comes up, and then it goes up. It's a bit up and down. The bottom's not very even when it gets to about 4 foot deep. But then it drops up to it comes up to about 3 foot, and then you've got a flat ledge on that far shelf. Now at the minute, I don't like to go straight up onto that 3 foot shelf because I feel like that's a safe area for the fish to go to. So what I like to do is just start a bit further down the shelf in about 4 foot. Just see how it goes there, see if I'm getting liners, see if I need to drop into that deeper water for them F1s. Just like a good starting point to try and gauge what's going on. Like I said, these expanders are working lovely. I've had probably had 3 or 4, about 3.5 pounds. It's absolutely brilliant fishing. Right, so I'm just fishing in 4 foot at the minute. Just setting little traps with little clumps of markers, fishing one of the 4mm ready expanders from Aquastim. Like I say, we're fishing the natural sweet version today. This is another little F1. Like I said, 4 foot's always a good starting point here at Barnburgh. One of my favourite F1 venues to come to in the winter time. Absolutely rammed with F1s. This is one of the smaller ones. This lake holds some absolutely massive ones, up to about 6-7 pounds. I think they go up to, and maybe even bigger. But these ready expanders are absolutely doing a cracking job. Look at that little F1. Even smaller than the last one. They're getting smaller and smaller as day goes on, but we've had some absolutely massive ones to start with. But like I say, in a match, this is where I normally start in 4 foot. Just a little 4mm expander. Good thing about these expanders is, like I said, they're ready just to fish straight out the tub. When you put them in some water, they'll float. All you have to do, give them a little squeeze, and they'll sink nice and slow, which is perfect. Perfect for what we need for F1s in winter time. I say all I do is probably 25 micros, just give them a little squeeze in the end of the pot. They're going to break down straight away when you drop them into water, so it's not like they're going down in a clump. But I always seem to catch best doing it this way rather than sprinkling them or or actually squeezing them into a little ball and then putting them into the pot. Here at Barnburgh it's fishery pellets only, so to just make them stand out to what everyone else is doing, I've just added some of the, I'm not sure what flavour this one is, to be honest. It's like a Scopex flavour, that, I think. But I don't want it too potent, so I didn't add too much to them, just with it being cold. Like I say, I don't want it too potent, so I just mix a little bit in with some water, soak my markers with them. Like I say, it just gives them that, it's that gentle different smell to what everyone else is using. I hope got on there. I wonder why the float was set up then. If that's foul up. Float never really settled. Like I say, we're fishing in 4 foot. If I start getting any problems, I can just push up into that shallower water, into that 3 foot, just over 3 foot probably. Which is what I'd exactly do in a match. This is another smallest one. They have actually just recently stocked this lake, so I think this is what we're catching at the minute. We had them initial big F1s, and now I think a few stockies have found the bait. But yeah, in winter time you're always happy to get bites. Another cracking little F1. Let's get another expander on. Absolutely cracking fishing in winter. And to be honest with you, I ain't really been out fishing much since joining Aquastim, so I'm really impressed with these expanders. I ain't had a chance to use them much, and they are literally perfect for what I need. It's so easy to get them ready, because like I said, they're already ready in the tub. Bob them in some water just to soften them up slightly. Give them a little squeeze so they sink, and you're ready to go. It's as simple as that. Go back out again. Like I say, in a match, I'd normally start my match on this 4 foot line. The last thing I want to do is go straight over tight to them reeds where I know the fish are feeling safe, because if I go over there and disturb them fish have got nowhere else to go. So you might have a slower start to the match fishing like I am now, but in the long run, as the match goes on, you end up catching better and better as the day goes on, because you're giving yourself somewhere to go as the match progresses. Obviously the deep water, you're going to feed your maggots. I mean, you can fish maggots and expand in the deep water, but I like to feed maggots, because you can be a bit more positive doing that, feed a bit more. You can do it out your hand while you're doing all this, while you're fishing on this far shelf. So like I say, in a match, someone that goes tight across them reeds they could go 6 F1s in front of you, and you might only have 2 or 3, but your matches are going to get better and better. I think that going straight across there is just going to push fish out of your peg, and because I've left it alone, that's where they're going to end up. And like last hour and a half of the match, I can push tighter and tighter to them reeds, and hopefully it gives me somewhere to have a good run of fish at the end of the match. It's just about managing your peg, really. It's tough enough as it is when it's cold like this, so just having a bit of a game plan behind you, it's always good. We're on the bottom lake today here at Barnburgh on peg 10 we're on. It's not really the best part of the lake, to be honest. When in a match you'd rather be 6, 5 and then that back straight on the other bank in the 20s. That always seems to fish well. But even still, we're having a great day, just fishing them Aquastim ready expanders. Oh, I just missed a bite then. I think I've got a few stockies in my peg now. They got stocked not long since, I think 2 weeks ago they've been stocked. It's so important to have a far bank marker. Get your rig lined up exactly where you're feeding your bait. Set that little trap and just pin that expander straight over the top of where you've just dropped them markers. Like I say, it's early in the day, so we're gonna have to wait for bites. It's not gonna be hectic. And I've no doubt if I pushed tight to that far bank, I'd get a lot more bites, but I'm just fishing it how I would in a match. I'm gonna have one more drop if I don't get another bite here. Just gonna refeed again. There's definitely signs of fish in my peg. It's just a case of pinning them down on the bottom. You just set another trap. These expanders smell lovely. Could eat them, my son. And then another thing with my F1 fishing, I'll always have some crushed expander. Because when bites dry up, just feeding back, I can always draw a few more fish in my peg. So I've got some of the Aquastim crushed expander mixed up, ready for when that happens. I can catch them just on micros, that's brilliant. I feel like it'll be a bit less messy. But when bites dry up, introducing a bit of crushed expander always gets you a few more bites. When I'm F1 fishing, if maybe not on this rig, because like I said before, it plumbs up a bit up and down all over about 4 foot. I've managed to find a nice little flat spot, but maybe on that 3 foot rig, if bites dry up and then I've introduced my crushed expander and then bites dry up again, all I have to do is stick my plummet on, just make a new line, whether it's just a metre to the left, a metre to the right. Just making a new line can always just kickstart your peg off again, getting bites. I think just to build up a bait sometimes can just make them hang off the back of where you're feeding, and that's why just moving a little bit can sometimes just start getting your bites again. Yeah, lovely. I say just take your time whenever you're hooking fish. Every fish counts in winter, so. But yeah, these expanders are absolutely brilliant. I'm really impressed with them. It's another smaller F1, I think. Still a cracking fish though. You can't complain in winter time when you're getting bites off F1s like this. Perfectly hooked in the top lip. Get him out and show you. Another lovely F1 at Barnburgh Lakes. Caught on the Aquastim Ready expanders. Natural sweet version. Like I say, just leave them in some water, give them a squeeze to the sink. I think that's a cracking little fish to end this little section on.